So anyone who's a naysayer that says film photography is on a downer, we beg to differ. You know, we have the confidence to put that money in, and we believe there's a very strong future.
Yo, Harman Phoenix 200. Harman Phoenix 200.
Harman Phoenix 200.
Harman Phoenix 200.
Harman Phoenix 200.
Harman Phoenix 200.
This right here is Harman Phoenix 200, a revolutionary feat in the world of film photography. And Harman went out and put a brand new film on the market and said, hey, film photography is not going anywhere. It is here to stay. This is a huge deal because this is the first color film to be released that is brand new emulsion, brand new chemistry within the last 2 decades. Now, about 2 weeks ago, I headed down to San Clemente, the home of the Darkroomlab, for the Harman Phoenix 200 launch. And during that time, the Harman photo team came out as well, and we were able to tour the Darkroomlab, essentially going through from start to finish how they process a roll of film in their lab. Afterwards, there was a launch party, beers and cameras. Sat down with the folks at Harman and talked a little bit about what this film means, kind of their plans for the future. And I'm telling you right now, you want to stick around for that because they dive deep into the production, go over some of the misconceptions, as well as, again, talk about the future of film photography from Harman Photo. And this video is going to document that entire weekend. So without further ado, you guys, let's jump right into it. Let's go down to San Clemente at the Darkroomlab for the Harman Phoenix launch party.
Nintar?
The real Jason.
The Matt Perry.
Yeah.
Don't you need it for me? You play tennis? Because we can't. It's all men. Pickleball. Want to introduce you around?
Yeah, so, I mean, we'll start with Giles. Giles is with Harman.
Yeah.
We have Jonathan, we have Meredith, we have Josh, we have Matt Perry, Taylor, we have Jason. This is Matt, head of marketing. Giles, what's your official?
Sales and marketing director.
Sales and marketing director. Okay. And then we have Caleb, we have Gabe. You guys met Keith, and then Daniel and Sarah, who I just met, and then we have Bill Pine, who is our director of operations, and will be basically doing the tour. I'll be helping out a little bit, but he'll be showing you basically how a roll of film goes in and out of our lab. And then we have Hillary with Ilford as well, or Harman. But, yeah.
Hey Jason, it's nice to see you've been working out too.
Yeah.
Oh, you kind of toned up.
You haven't been eating as much pizza.
I've been walking to the refrigerator.
Cutting back on that flaming hot, huh?
The agenda for the day really is to show you guys the production process. So how a roll goes through the lab. So we'll be starting at the point of contact for a roll of film, which is when it comes in the mail. We're conveniently located next door to a US Post Office. That's pretty cool. So we go there every day to cut a little bit of time off of, several times a day, to cut a little bit of time off of that turnaround, because our objective is to get this stuff done and back in the hands of the photographers. So the process that we'll be going through today will be the process of a roll of film. Will be little rolls of film going through the lab. So off we go. This is where the mail comes. All the buckets that are back there are empty right now because we haven't picked up the mail this morning. Trev wasn't kidding about the mail truck that was driving by. That is our mail truck. So we start by sorting. We sort singles, we sort multis, doubles, OTUCs. If you guys know what OTUCs are, one-time use cameras, I'm sure you all do, but there they are. And so we'll sort that way, and that'll help us to keep things organized as it goes through the lab. But that's what happens in here. Any questions on this? Not very fascinating, but it's a very important part of the process.
No, that would make me even worse.
You'll see other workstations and computer workstations that serve multi-purposes throughout the day. But right here is where the majority of our order write-up happens. Darnisha, Carissa are handling that. Hello. And welcome from afar. And so we're writing things up, again sorting, keeping things. If you imagine people send in, 3 different film types. A lot of people are sending in E6, black and white, color neg film, 120, 35, a lot of different formats. And so that all has to be sorted. If we do it right at the beginning, then, things flow pretty well.
The attention to detail is crazy here because if it messes up here, it's not good there, which they do a great job at that.
So the organization's happening here, and this is the last step before we go to processing. And when we're not running infrared film, in case anybody wondered, and so you can get a view of what's happening in that darkroom on that monitor. And color neg here on the right. And so they're all dip and dunk processors. This was not part of the original Refrema design, so we had to rebuild the computers. We had to put that we're doing significant investment in improving our dip and dunk process, and continuously. We've got another piece of equipment right now that's in development that will further advance our dip and dunk, particularly and specifically on color neg. We're not running on the color neg right now. We've held off on that, so we can go into the color negative room and take a look. And you'll see the move up here as well. And so this is going to transport in just a minute. We'll be able to see that move. You haven't fun with that door. That's always been the highlight of the tours, the darkroom door.
Pretty cool door.
It's a pretty cool door. This is how it looks in the darkroom. Okay, Jesus.
You literally.
Actually, yeah.
Oh, Cameo? I think it's garbage.
I think you're garbage.
Oh, wow. Now it comes out.
So in this room, guys, we're scanning. You can see a lot of film hanging on trees. We're packaging here, getting ready for things. We're cutting film. We're running some film, and you can see scanners here and there, right?
Yeah. And who would make it? Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to get everyone in here ready to
Whoa!
Fly away.
Grand finale.
So before we even jump into the rest of this action-packed video, I want to give a huge thank you and shout out to our sponsor for this episode, which happens to be the good folks over at the Darkroomlab. The Darkroomlab is a traditional dip and dunk lab that specializes in C41, E6 slide film, as well as true black and white. Now folks, I've been using the Darkroomlab ever since I started shooting film, and I have never been disappointed with them. The quality, the care, as well as all of the really cool features that the Darkroomlab has available to their customers is the best in the nation, and that is why I still use them today for all of my personal work. They cover various different formats like 35mm, 120, 110 film, and even disposable cameras. With developing starting at just $12 per roll, it's hard to beat, and they also have options that let you archive your photographs all within your account or even on the mobile app, where you can download them all with the convenience of one click. Check out the Darkroomlab down in the description below. Go get a couple of those rolls developed, and a huge thank you to the Darkroomlab for sponsoring today's episode.
So Harman Phoenix 200, it's the first ever colour film we've made in our Mobley factory. So it's the first made from emulsion all the way through to cassette. So it's unique, it's something very different for us. We're known for obviously black and white. So doing this is, it's a huge step for us, it's a big change.
Is it respooled or is this brand new chemistry?
No, it's just definitely not respooled. As Matt's already said, it's completely new emulsions, developed from scratch in our manufacturing facility in Mobley with our R&D team. So very, very excited about where we can take this, because obviously all the R&D has been done in Mobley, and they know it. They know its faults, they know its strengths, and it's our first film, so we're really proud of it. But we know that where it can improve, and there's lots of areas that we can take it forward.
I mean, one of the good things with it is that we set them no real brief, just to go away, see if they could make something, start from scratch, and this is what they came up with. It was just go see if you can make a colour film. So moving forward, we can then say, well, we've got this as a benchmark, and everything from then on will be an improvement, and that's the goal now, that every new film we make is an improvement on this one.
Are there going to be more than one iteration?
We don't know yet. We're doing lots of work on Harman Phoenix. We're doing lots of improvements. Again, it's really about how we incorporate those. Depending on what the improvements are, you may never see it in terms of we may never talk about it. We may bundle some of them together and make it a version, or we may come up with a new film, depending on what the changes are. So limited edition really just means that we are continuing to work to improve it. It's nothing more than that yet.
There's no time frame, there's no volume. It's really just about seeing when we can make the next steps. No pressure on our R&D team, but when they're ready for the next step, then potentially that's when we'll replace this one with something else.
So moving forward, I think you can expect more films from us, improved films. We've come a long way in 12 months, and it's been absolutely amazing where we are from where we started. Same team continue to work hard, and we will see significant improvements. What they are, we can't say, but we're delighted and astounded about where we've got to so far. So that team's doing a great job already.
So I think it's important to probably mention with this film that this is just the first. It's the start of a journey. It's the start of a new brand. So Harman Photo is a brand. So I think what we're asking people to do is get behind the journey. Follow us on our new Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook channels, which are all at Harman Photo. If you have a look on our website, harmanphoto.co.uk, you'll get a better feel for the story and what we're doing and how we're approaching this. So we just really encourage people to go and have a look and get behind us.
It's worth also saying that we've been investing heavily over a number of years now in our people, particularly in our R&D, which is why we're able to do this. But there's also multi-million pounds worth of investment going into our manufacturing lines. We're looking to expand capacity, put more lines in. So anyone who's a naysayer that says film photography is on a downer, we beg to differ. We have the confidence to put that money in, and we believe there's a very strong future, and that's why we want to expand into colour as well and make sure there's choice.
Yo, Harman Phoenix 200. Harman Phoenix 200. Harman Phoenix 200.
Harman Phoenix 200.
Harman Phoenix 200.
Harman Phoenix 200.
Thank you for coming. And so, like last night was amazing at the Beers and Cameras. Yeah, so it was great having you guys all. Last night was amazing, and also good to see you guys today. It'll be really fun. I just wanted to give you a brief rundown of what we're gonna do. This is a large group, so once we're done here, our plan is to kind of just hang out in this area for about an hour. We can walk down to the end of the pier, we can go under, anywhere you guys want. Hang out, take photos. If you want some Phoenix film, talk to the Harmon team, because they have stuff to give out. Matt and Giles came all the way here from England. And obviously you know that they had really exciting news. The Phoenix film, we're looking forward to seeing all of your guys' results and photos from the photo walk and beyond. Done hanging out here, we'll start walking up to downtown San Clemente. If you have any questions or want to film, talk with the Harmon crew. And thanks for coming.
So what do you got today, boss man?
Well, I've got a very interesting camera here. This is a newly acquired, put together camera that is a clone of my ex-wife's.
When you think about what a phoenix symbolizes, the first thing that I think of is rebirth and resurrection. And in a way, Harmon did just that for the film photography community. In a time where companies have been pulling film stocks off the shelves, Harmon said otherwise and put a brand new color film out on the market. As a film photographer, this is something that I really can appreciate, and it's also something that I'm gonna continue backing. And you know what's really important about Harman Phoenix 200 is that they're sending a message out to all of the film companies in the industry. Basically saying, you know, we were able to develop a brand new color film, brand new chemistry, brand new canisters, everything in their factory. This film made history and will mark the transition moving forward for film photography. Now, are we gonna see new film stocks coming out from, you know, different companies? I'm not sure. I can't tell you that. But one thing that we know is Harmon is gonna continue to innovate. They're gonna continue to produce new film. And as you guys heard it from Matt and Giles, they beg to differ. Film is not dead, you guys. If you can, check out Harman Phoenix 200, support it. I think this is gonna be a fantastic new wave for the era of film photography. This is something we should all celebrate together collectively as one, as the film community. So Harmon, thank you guys so much for putting something like this together. I know it wasn't easy and it took a ton of hard work from the bottom of my heart. I really do appreciate what you guys have been doing, and I only wish you guys continued success, and hopefully you guys can continue to serve the film community. That's gonna wrap it up for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. As always, Phoenix Gang.